mit dem Kopf durch die Wand.
Und damit herzlich willkommen zurück zu einer weiteren Folge von Stoneshard, wo wir gerade dabei sind, das Tutorial zu beenden. Und wir sollten jetzt Pyromantie lernen. Ich würde eigentlich gerne Geomantie lernen, aber Pyromantie ist auch cool. Was soll ich jetzt hier lernen? Exercit, nein. Fire Barrage. Aber ich kann das doch gar nicht. Warum muss ich dafür erstmal das Item benutzen? Ich muss erst das Item benutzen. Pyromantic Treatise 1. Useful for tips for a novice pyromancer coming from an experienced one. Allows you to learn the following pyromantic abilities. Fire Barrage, Ring of Fire, Baptism by Fire, Flame Saturation. A surprisingly easy to understand guide written by an unknown sorcerer. Perfect for those who've just started out the journey to master the art of pyromancy. Genau. Dann. Oh God. Dear friend, we may not know each other, but considering that you opened this tomb, I'll take a wild guess and assume that you're intent on learning the ancient art of pyromancy, the art I've been mastering my entire life. I'd rather not disclose my name. All you need to know is that I hold a high position among fire mages, and the only thing forcing me to play cloak and dagger is that our circle is very particular about whom it shares the knowledge with. But despite all the restrictions set upon me, I always yearned to not only bear power over the flame, but, akin to the gods of the old, to enlighten the world. So hearken to me, as there is no one else who will share this knowledge with you. As you may see, there is nothing complicated about visualizing the flames and thus summoning them into existence. With the sheer force of your mind, despite what my arrogant brethren may claim. When the time comes, they'll pay for all the injustices they've subjected me to, for dragging my good name through the mud. Keep practicing, never stop learning, stay spirited, and remember, fire always attracts fire. Okay. Achso, ich habe das Item habe ich auch. So, ach okay. Wir sollten Fire Barrage lernen. Lernen? Hallo? Haben wir das jetzt gelernt oder was? Ich kann es aber auch nicht auf die Hotbar ziehen. Ach so. Ach, ich kann die jetzt da mit einem Level up. Okay. Was macht das? Some merchants, okay. Schaffen sie. Man share fortified beverage, alcohol, thirst, -10, thirst change, intoxication, pain change, causes drunkenness. Müssen wir mit. Ich habe was zu essen, ich habe genug Käse, oder? Also doch. Es gibt Weaponslots, aber ich sehe nicht, wie man das... Diary Page. Erstmal das hier. 3rd of Reaping. Our brothers toil well today. I hope that the coming harvest will recompense for our hard work as it did last year. Another few bountiful seasons and we shall be able to save enough gold to patch our shabby cloister. Patience and diligence are truly the greatest virtues. 5th of Reaping. This night Brother Albert went down with a sudden fever. The heat from his body is so severe one can burn a hand on him. I have no idea how he managed to catch a cold like this. Perhaps he worked in the rain? I left a couple of brothers by Albert's side and sent to Manshire for a healer. Her poultices and earnest prayers should be more than enough to cure his ailment. 6th of Reaping. Since the last night, Brother Albert hasn't been able to recognize any of us. He keeps on babbling some nonsense, but no one can make sense of it. The healer spent an entire night by his bedside, tried all his potions. It was all for naught. Before he headed back home, we had to pay him regardless. If Albert doesn't get better soon by himself, it will be his funeral we'll have to pay for. 6 of reaping evening. Brother Elvis is sick as well. It's not cold. Kontext zur jetzigen Zeit ist das nicht sehr schön. Read, 10th of reaping. The miasma of this horrible disease now permeates the entire monastery. Half of our brothers are delirious. Their bodies are riddled with scabs and Boyd's blood is seeping through their pores. And we can't do anything to ease their suffering. I declared the quarantine and ordered to lock everyone who showed signs of the disease in catacombs. But I fear it's all in vain. The rest will go down sick in a couple of days. The host give me strength to preserve and save our congregation. Nicht gut. Okay. Was soll ich denn jetzt lang? Da kann ich ja nicht. Ich kann das nicht lernen. Hallo? Hä? Ja, ich hab's doch gerade versucht, Mann. Ich hab 0 AP. Ich hab noch kein Level up. Watch me rise. Ein neues Achievement freigeschaltet, okay? Aha, zweite Seite. 14th of reaping. Today the entire neighborhood gathered around a monastery. The healer had brought the disease back to Manshire. Na super. Blood was leaking from their eyes. They were hopelessly sick. I prohibited anyone to go outside. Then I tried to break in. A few brothers lost their lives, but we managed to push them back from the gates. When the crazed crowd tried to burn us alive along with the building, I had to break the quarantine and bring even the healthy brothers into the catacombs, truly out of the frying pan and into the fire. Okay. Ich sehe schon. Was ist das? Ah, Geometric Treaties. Yup. The most distinctive tradition of the ancient Nistri cult of the Mother Mountain is their worship the giant boulders. In Nistra, there still remains a large number of majestic structures, giant circuits formed with finely chiseled boulders. Some of those boulders are also completely covered in writings. Rain and wind rendered most of it utterly indecipherable, but some parts remain perfectly intact. I try my best to record every surviving symbol I encounter, but alas, I still can't correct this ancient alphabet. I can only hope that it will not, if not me, then at least my descendants will solve this mystery. Well then, looks like I was disheartened way too easily, spending a couple more weeks of my precious time on what the risky search for Fadair's tomb has returned my investment 100-fold, rewarding me for all the misery and hardships I've suffered over the years. When I saw that the epitaph was doubled in ancient Eldorian, I couldn't believe my eyes. This meant that with only a bit of effort I can finally cross-reference and decipher some of the words. Yes, finally, after a month of diligent work, I, Joran of Bryn, have solved the secret of the ancient Nistrian alphabet. A large portion of my record seems to describe some rather fascinating magic rituals and practices that are only briefly mentioned in 1 or 2 chronicles. Once I get home, taking a trip to Maine is my first order of business. I'm certain that my findings will greatly interest the Academy. Uiuiui, habe ich jetzt... Ach, Geomantie, ja, habe ich tatsächlich. Runic Boulder. Stone Armor, okay. Schauen wir uns mit den anderen Sachen an. Was ist das? Identification Scroll, okay. Ja, du, aber ist egal. Ich geb's auf. Scrolls are important items which allow you variety of data with the equipment. Okay. Occasionally you may find item with unknown properties to learn. Okay. Some of the defenses are cursed. Once you equip them, you can no longer let go until you lift the curse. Disenchantment scroll. Enchantment scrolls allow you to improve your equipment by applying various beneficial effects to it. Okay. Achso. Ah, doch, ja. Oh, this is bloodstained. A piece of old parchment torn out from some book. We are doomed. In these sinister depths, even time itself flows differently. I've lost the count of days. When was the last time I left my call? A couple hours ago? A day? A week? I may be the only one who is still alive. Every night I'm haunted by visions. As candlelight fades, shadowy figures step out from the darkness. Wheedling whispers. The wheedling whispers drive me crazy. The host is silent. The host is deaf to our praise. The host betrayed us. All I ask is to be cured. Okay, war aber klar, dass sowas passiert. Was ist das? Disenchantment Scroll. Das wird Curses. Das ist noch eine Identifikation. Was ist denn die andere? Kann man stacken? Das kann man nicht stacken. Final tutorial is complete. Now you're on your own. Survive and find out next floor. Herbal extract. Infusion of intoxicating herbs are often employed by village healers. Cheapness and availability of outfits are common side effects of terrible visions. An iron ingot, okay. And remember, you are not a chosen one. Many enemies are just as powerful as you are. Be careful, don't mind this judge ahead. Avoid fighting with multiple opponents at once. In one-on-one combat, use your surrounding. Hast du mich gehört? Wir sind nicht der Auserwählte. Okay. Das ist schon hart. Das Ding lesen, Mann. There's schon wieder okay. Despite what many Aldorians tend to believe, the unbridled nature of dwarves and their remarkable resilience on the battlefield don't really stem from their love for mushroom infusions and meat, even though there is a grain of truth to it. Many humans are openly wary of having any dealings with the dwarves, and only the most avaricious merchants are willing to undertake a journey to Fial. Upon returning from the seaside settlements of the Skaar clan, they usually share tales about sea leviathans before eventually mentioning peculiar dwarven customs. All dwarves, be the whalers or berserkers, live by a simple principle of all or nothing, freedom or death, wealth or glory or dishonor. The distaste for compromises comes with mother's milk. Combined with a cult of weaponry and warfare, it makes Fial rather troublesome for its more civilized neighbors. When dwarves loot and raid, they do it with bestial greed. When they protect their homes, it's bestial fury. This primal sabotage sets even the seasoned veterans, and only well-organized line of defense can stop against the dwarven onslaught. Fully aware of the aforementioned fact, the dwarves tend to attack only when they know that their victims can't offer much resistance. For instance, when a neighboring country is weakened by war and can no longer afford the necessary number of patrols. Okay. Hab ich jetzt eigentlich ein Level up oder nicht? Hallo? Oder doch jetzt? Er sagt kleine Pyramids, aber... Feed the flames, okay. Ist schlauer. Battle Cleaver. Body Part Damage. Bleed Transcript. Weiß nicht, was ich denn das? Machen wir mal sowas wie ein Battle Match oder sowas. Okay, unser erstes Level Up haben wir auch jetzt. Oh, hi. Aua. Wir haben nur was zu trinken, wir haben nichts zu essen. Ne? Das ist eine Waffe. Okay. Ist irgendwas? Nee, muss ich nicht. Ein Cupboard, okay. Das ist schon ein cooles Tool. Also besser als das Chain auf jeden Fall. Mindword Thirst plus 50 Cent plus 4 Cent Change Moral. Version of Bad Trip. Drunkenness. Boah, mal Taschen oder sowas? Gibt's sowas überhaupt in diesem Spiel? Nichts zu essen.
The tremors are coming from upstairs. I bet everyone was taken there. I have to find my way up, whatever it takes.
Okay. Gut. Wir werden jetzt wahrscheinlich in eine neue Umgebung kommen. Deswegen sage ich mal, machen wir einen Cut und sehen uns beim nächsten Mal bei Stoneshard, werte Freunde. Bis denn.
Stoneshard.